Say, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We said amongst the apostles and elders agreement with the rule of teachers, a rule well of teachers, our apostles in truth, and we see politicians, so the arguments they pushing with truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season and season, we say Shalom. Now, once again, going into our video here, and before we go into the news, I'd like to bring on the scripture here. Let's see the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And that is such an important part. They say, and be occupied in prophecies, because that is what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be occupied in prophecies. We're supposed to be continually watching, praying, and so forth. Right? But all these things that happen in here, as I'm going into this page right here, all these things happening here is prophecies. It go back to what? The prophecies. So we're to be occupied in prophecy, because again, we again, the end is being made manifest, right? We're seeing the signs, right? We're seeing the prophecies play out day by day. Matter of fact, hour by hour, day by day, we're seeing it week by week, month by month. Shit is happening. So it's such an important thing to be occupied in prophecies. The desires will say, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and them that give it those that would give their mind to the law of the Most High would be the elect. You understand? These are the people, their mind not on the law of the Most High. They're focusing on all sort of other stuff. Their mind is on other stuff right now. The ports basically protesting right now. I saw some videos with other places other than the US going through problem, right? So even this morning, early this morning, I saw a brother send the article where in Trinidad here, even our ports, even our port here, our main port, basically the workers walked out. They themselves are protesting as well, right? They themselves protesting. Now you're seeing the things happening in the Middle East. All these things goes into prophecy, right? But as I was saying, right? All these things happen in the port shutting down, these things, famines, pestilences, diseases, things taking place, and the people mindset, people mind is on, wickedness. Right, with all these things happening, what Jake talking about? 50-50s and they're watching these kind of shows where the woman fight, the woman that's basically doing adulterous stuff, they're fighting and adulterous stuff, they're fighting against each other, doing all sort of wickedness. The men focusing on just basically the same thing as well, right? So when the scripture mentioned, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, right? You don't know what it is speaking about, because these people, their mind is not on the law of the Most High. Their mind is on something else. They're focusing on the things of the world. Right? Yeah, you asked Jake today what it is going on. If there is watching news, tell it, nah, well, the news not important. Or they will tell you, what is going on right now? Nah, they know. Right? It's only a handful of people mind focus on what it is happening. And those be the men of the Lord. Right? It says, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Because again, when we read, the scriptures mention the wars, rumor of wars, you understand, the famines, the uproars of the people and all these things, right? We as I say here, our mind is on that. Right? Our mind is on that. So when we see these things happening, because we know the end is playing out. We know the prophecies are happening. Right? So much people think it's a game, but again, their mind is on something else. And eventually, when shit start to pop off, that is when now they want to turn, they're going to seek the Lord. Right? They're going to seek the Lord, because just going into this year, watch. This is one news. This is 23 minutes ago, right? Let me I want them internet. Did it load back? Let me see. All right. So this is just to make sure that my internet connecting. Just a little bad weather, so it causing a little, internet problems, right? So you see, breaking source close to Hezbollah says Israel strike targets warehouse near Beirut, right? See stuff for the Pope, right? Sorry, see, Israel will not allow Hezbollah to settle again in South Lebanon. It's a former UK PM Boris Johnson says bugging device was found in his bathroom after Netanyahu, which is the president of Israel, right? So you've seen all these things coming out. They say Israel blames G7 criticism of attack on Israel is bias. Israel says strikes Hezbollah Intel HQ, right? So you're seeing California reports first, and all this is just an hour here, right? This is just an hour, and there are other news going on right now in between that, right? I say California reports first suspected H5N1 bird flu patient amid fears virus is spreading between people for the first time. Hey, all these things are prophecies. All these things are prophecies. See how important it is that the scripture say to be occupied in prophecies, right? Because when you're occupied, let's do a quick Google search here, right? It's a occupied, right? It's a occupied. It's a busy and active. Busy and active, right? It's a fellow take up. See to seize. It say what does it mean when you are occupied? It say when you're busy with work, you're occupied, you're engaged, right? Or distracted by it. So hey, we in other words, you're distracted by the prophecies, and that is where really and truly your mind's supposed to be on. But it say you're engaged. We occupied in the prophecies. That's why every time something happen or every time something come out, we do a video upon it, or we share it, we bring out some scriptures and so forth, because we occupied, right? And that is why it say, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. So you don't understand the person that would be occupied in prophecies. Then but really that truly worshiping the Lord. Right? And you see other people showing that just days till the election, right? I know, look at it. Days till the election, right? They say October starts with a port strike. Iran versus Israel and Hurricane Helene aftermath, Diddy, Ukraine, illegal vote, invasion, illegal immigrants, crime, lies, Project 25. All these things. They say trucker strike, democratic, they say next virus. So hey, you see how much things happening. So you see the importance of being occupied. That's why even the apostles asked for the signs. They asked for the signs. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 5. It says, for like as orders made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end is manifest, right? The end is being made manifest. Somebody put the chicken with that. But this first picture say, as you can see, all these things happening here. All these things happening. Yeah, keep on watching, right? Keep on watching. What is that scripture that say that is Ephesians, right? Ephesians 5 verse 15, it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And that's why you want to walk circumspectly, not as a fool. Because with all these things happening, there's only the men of the Lord you're seeing who it is speaking about these things. The rest of people, their mindset is on the next party, the next fete, the next adulterous thing that they want to do. Right? Let me go down here a little bit, right? Something else that I see early this morning, right? Oh, it said Lebanon's army said it returned Israeli fire for the first time Thursday in nearly a year of fighting between Israel and Hezbollah after a second soldier was killed by Israeli fire in a day. Right? It's a quarter pledges full support for Lebanon amid brutal attacks. So you see what's going on here. You see the build up to that great war. Right? Something else I saw. It said Biden says discussing possible Israeli strikes on Iran oil facilities. Now this is a very important issue, Iran oil facilities, right? Because if they do attack and destroy this, that's oil is going to skyrocket, right? And with the ports being closed down and all these things, you're talking about hyperinflation, right? And look, all right. So this was it here. Oil price. This is 3 hours. This all this here is in the span of an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They say oil prices jumped 5% on concerns over Middle East. We know about our Middle East. You know how important when you hear these things being talked about, right? So I say oil prices jumped to 5%. So this is just a trade. You see then you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise. You want to walk as no fool. The time that we in and the time that we heading into going to be bad. Hey, the mention with the port strikes by Friday, people going to feel the effects of it, right? The shortages, the inflation, these things, it done bad already. It's going to get worse. So it's the importance of being occupied in these things. You know, keep an eye out, keep on watching the news. You know, keep on taking heed. Right? So hey, with that we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say the ones apostles and elders agreements and Aruba teachers our apostles in truth, and we see salutations so they are constantly pushing the truth and sincerity day in and day out and are constantly in season and season with Shalom.